We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport. Welcome to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We're here in the Jump for Joy studio, and Rick, it's a big episode because this is our Defender Kentucky 3-day event preview show.
I know, it's exciting. I can't believe it's here already.
Yeah.
And it's 1 week from people going to Defender with their horses leaving out of Ocala.
Yeah, it's I guess actually down here in Florida, it is the Ocala International.
Correct?
So all of the local horses that are going to Kentucky do their sort of final combined test and all that stuff. And then,
You would think some, but there's some people that are going that aren't on that list.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was wondering those, but I'll ask you off camera on questions for that.
Okay, well, ask me away. Yeah, okay.
Hey, I brought tear sheets.
I know. Okay, so hold on.
So
you said
people
last
that-
show you were bringing tear sheets, and I really didn't think you were going to do this, and now you're doing it. So I'm nervous.
It's what
You usually are
every-
super unprepared. So
Well, no, I just have everything in my head.
I don't
and-
think that's true because when I try to prepare, you tell me that I'm ridiculous and I'm
That's not true.
over-preparing,
I think it's the way that you prepare.
and now you bring tear sheets.
I tear sheets because I feel just a little prompting for a couple things, and it was weird because I was thinking about, and I'm going to say her name, Hallie Kuhn, the other day.
Right.
I mean, literally, I was like, Hallie Kuhn, and what's her horse's name? Girl that won the
Cover girl?
Yeah,
Cute girl.
Cute girl. I was like, I haven't heard about her lately, and I literally started printing my tear sheets.
Why do you call them tear sheets?
I don't know. It's what they call them on TV.
In the biz.
Yeah, in the biz.
Okay.
So my tear sheet came up with Hallie Kuhn just won the 4-star short, her first win in Europe or
Right.
England with Cute Girl.
What'd she win?
What did she win?
Yeah.
It was the Holland.
It's in your tear sheet. Look at your dang tear
okay,
sheet.
let's look at the tear sheet. You want
Come
me to
on.
look at the tear sheet?
Let's go.
Let me just look.
If it
because
was
I
on
had
my
her down
phone, I'd have it instantly.
Had her down the list.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have it really set and ready. I do have Twin Rivers though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe let's do this. Just take us through your tear sheets.
Okay. Microchip or no microchip?
I'm pro microchip.
I'm pro microchip.
And I want the microchip that has the thermal thing in it so we don't have to temp them anymore.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, apparently they don't work that good. But whatever, like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Our thermometers don't work very well, and I think a lot of us lie about actually using them anyway. So let's just microchip it.
That is not true. Briggs takes temperatures.
I didn't
every time.
say I didn't. I didn't say Briggs didn't. I said I think a lot of us don't.
Right. Well, let's talk about the microchip because we, as FEI riders, our horses have to be microchipped with their passport, and the microchip aren't thermal at this point. So I think some are.
Yeah,
but there is a certain type of microchip. You go to the U.S. eventing website, and they'll tell you what you have to have. It has to be done by January 1st, 2025 for all horses, beginner, novice, through advanced, running in a national federation event.
Right. I'm all for it.
I'm for that too. People don't realize it. I think it was an update with USEA.
Well, I think here's the thing. I think as Americans, we are automatically opposed to any sort of like governance, Big Brother type stuff. You don't think that's true?
Not for me. I mean, are you talking about?
I'm talking gross generalizations.
Okay.
Right. Okay, you're flipping through those sheets.
I'm looking for a Cute Girl, but she won. It was the Holland.
I think so far these sheets are a epic
Well,
fail.
next time I'm going to have them more organized. I can tell you who won at Twin Rivers.
Let's go, Twin Rivers.
Twin Rivers was James Alston on Paper Jam.
Right.
That horse just came back after a year off, I think. And
Yeah, so is he have him in Kentucky?
He will. He's taking Paper Jam and the other one to Kentucky. Aaron Grandia won the Grandia.
Yeah.
Won the 3 long, and James won the 4 short. And then Alyssa Warble won the CCI 3 short. And then Gabriella Ringer won the 2 long. And Megan McIver on Igor won the 2 short.
I want, when we do this next time, I want the sheet as well so I can see how you pronounce the names.
Here, why don't you look at that and see how I did.
Let's see how you did.
Run through that. Everybody, I have
You know what?
I have sheets in my hand.
Other than Grandia, you did a great job.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
So
well done.
another big weekend, here it is for my tear sheet, is Hallie Kuhn and Cute Girl in the CCI 4-star short, the North Holland Horse Trials.
All right.
The pair began the weekend with the 26.7, climbed the leaderboard with just adding 4.4 time penalties to win a decisive lead or win at that event. And that's good. Hallie's been our
That's
show.
awesome. Good for Hallie. So I wonder where is she going? Is she going to a long?
I don't know what her plan is. I do know that last year she had some really good results, and then I think she was at Bocolo,
Yeah.
somewhere where she had a glance off,
Yeah.
and it was just, she was like in 4th place, I think.
Right.
And I think that's a fairly new horse for her. She's had it for a couple of years, but it takes a while to get into the right groove together and everything. And it's a really cool horse, and it's not that old because it won the 7-year-old championships in Lyon
Right.
a while back. So anyway, so good for Hallie. Congratulations. At Stableview. Stableview just
Yes.
finished. So great win.
Yeah, and you guys were there. It was good, yeah?
Yeah, it was good. I can tell you this about Stableview and where they put their dressage this year. You've been there before, right?
Yeah.
You usually trot
Many
in away from the pavilion, right, toward the other way. This year they put it so you trot in toward the pavilion.
Right.
They run those beautiful flags up on top of the pavilion, like 6 of them.
Right.
And it was super windy, and they flapped and made noises, and a lot of horses were trotting into the ring, and then it was windy, gusting at 20 miles an hour.
So today, here on my farm,
You put up flags.
no, I was trying to ride in my ring, and one of my amazing, like legitimately awesome clients who camps here was standing on top of her camper, trying to like stuff stuff into the top. Yes, it was Ann. And I was like, it's fine, don't worry. Like, he needs to deal with this. And so I rode around, and he kept spooking, and finally I was like, you know what? I can't deal with this. You need to get down from there. But now that I know that Stableview is doing this, I'm going to have Ann stand on top of her camper from now on. So what I want to say is thank you, Ann.
For standing up there and trying to
standing-
do. I don't know if it simulates exactly what was happening there.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I do know that if horses didn't spook, they showed tenseness.
Right.
Right. And horses because some of the horses that were like Chin Tonic, and there was just a little bit of tenseness in the dressage tests. But the winners there were Boyd Martin on Commando,
Right.
In the 4 short, Will Coleman on Chin Tonic, and then Doug Payne on Quantum Leap, and then Will Coleman again on Off the Record. In the 3,
I can't wait.
big
I cannot
classes,
wait
too.
to hear what Kyle's thoughts on Coleman's chances this weekend are going to
Well,
be.
we're going to hear it soon, aren't we?
Yeah.
So in the 3 short, we had Alexandra Baugh, Waylon Roberts in second, Kimmy Syria.
I don't think that's how you say it. I think it's
How do you say it?
Cesari.
Siri on Landmarks Monica. And then in 4th was Elisa Wallace on Tullamore Fifi.
She's pretty good. I know her.
Well, that horse we got in Ireland, and we both own it together,
Right.
and she's a little spitfire.
Yeah, she is.
And Elisa had to do a lot of work. She's not really reading angles and corners right, and now she's put it all together, and they have a great 3 phases. So that was good.
Awesome.
So
Where's she taking that one?
It's going 3 long at Ocala.
Okay. Cool.
So who are you taking to Ocala?
I got Kurt.
I know, Cobain.
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. That should be his name.
Fernhill Cobain. That is why his name is Kurt, because it's Kurt Cobain.
Kurt, exactly.
Yeah. So, no, we're excited about that one.
Yep.
And it should be a fun week.
What else? You got 3 or 4.
I got 4 in the FEI. So I've got the other Fernhill horse, Esmeralda. Fernhill
Not
Esmeralda.
just the other. It's the good redhead.
I'm just trying to play it off because it might go terribly, and I don't want everybody to know I'm there.
She's a great
So I've got Fernhill Esmeralda there, and then I have 2 really nice horses. One, Lofnatusa Warrior, who's also in the 2-star, and then Lofnatusa Annika, who's in the 1-star, which I love because it makes me think of Star Wars.
Oh.
Anakin.
That's funny.
It'll be fun.
Well, it's exciting because we have Kyle Carter coming on for
Yep.
this his thing that he does for the Chronicle of the Horse.
Yep.
And we're going to have him come on and give us his insight into the entry list. It has shortened a bit for the 5-star. I think it's down to 40.
Yep.
And then the 4-star is still like at 62 or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome week. I can't wait to get there. So before we break, I want to say, well done. The tear sheets were excellent.
Well, I can put 1, 2, and 3s on it so it can be more organized.
Yeah, well, and like I'd like you to tear them off of like a pad as we go. But otherwise, it was super.
Are we going to hear from Cindy Lay?
Yeah, so yesterday, Cindy Lay came by and I caught up with her. She's going to tell us all about the Kenyon collection.
Yep.
So we're going to check in with her and then we're going to take a break and we'll be back with Kyle. So
and before Cindy Lay, just so everybody knows, is exceptional equestrian.
Yes, she's exceptional equestrian.
Okay, very good.
We'll be right back at the Jump for Joy studios after we check in with Cindy and some of our other sponsors. So I am here with Cindy Lay from Exceptional Equestrian. We got to catch up on the farm, so thanks for that.
Yeah.
So you were saying, obviously, this is our big Kentucky preview show. We've got Kyle in the studio, and he's going to review all of the riders, which is really cool. And our one and only Zach Brandt.
Yes, our one and only.
We're excited about that. But when we were talking, you were saying you actually have the Kenyon collection at Kentucky. So where are they there?
We're going to have 2 locations at Kentucky. Ride Equisafe is going to have a selection of the Kenyon collection, as well as Co and Company will have the Kenyon collection as well there.
Okay, and do you know where they're going to be?
Not yet.
So they're somewhere in the vendor area.
Yeah.
And we'll update that when we get into Kentucky week.
Yes.
You'll let me know.
I'll let you know on Tuesday.
I'll let everybody who's watching the show know that it'll be probably on the Facebook page for you guys, so that you'll be able to go and check in and see where you can go get it. But I'll tell you what, we were talking about them. Just so you know, I don't only wear them when I'm around you, because I wear these belts every single day, and it's like, I'm not just saying this to you guys on the show because Cindy's here. They're amazing. Like, first of all, never lost a bead, which is cool because they're beautiful belts. But more important to me, they don't stretch. I've used them to leash my dog. They're working belts. Like, they are awesome.
Yep.
So is the whole collection like that?
The whole collection is like that. It's all hand beaded. It's all beaded by the Mamas of the Maasai tribe in Kenya. Even your buckle is handmade by hand cast molds and pouring junk metal melted into these molds.
So they're green too.
Yeah, 100% green. Everything that's stitched is by hand. And they're excellent quality. And we probably have about 120 people that we employ in Kenya.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you really give back to the Kenyan community, which is cool.
Yeah.
So what do you have? So they have belts. You have
dog collars,
which actually I've been sort of holding off on getting, because I'm like, there's no way that my mutt dogs should have something that nice. But they're so tough. I think I'm going to do it.
I think you should.
I'll pick them up at Kentucky.
Yeah, I think you should.
So
we have key rings, bracelets, purses, purse straps, anything that you could bead on leather, we can do it. Hat bands. And it's just a give back kind of company.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate you guys doing it. And the more I hear about how, like, they're not only a great product, but you're giving back, it's pretty cool. So I'm happy that you guys are doing it. Happy to be able to be a small part of hopefully promoting it and getting people to show up there and get some belts and hats what are they?
Hat bands.
Hat bands.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go get some for my dogs.
All right.
So I appreciate it.
Right on.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Want to advertise on the Jon and Rick Show? Contact Jon at 352-875-8622.
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Aero helmets represent real change for equestrian helmets, offering patented new technology and an unparalleled level of safety testing. It is the only Snell-certified helmet with MIPS on the market. Aero visors are interchangeable, meaning you can wear your Aero 3 ways, with a formal visor, a sun visor, and as a skull cap. Our shimmable liner means you can customize the fit for your head and your hairstyle. Upgrade to Aero today.
Hey, it's John here. I just want to let you guys know I got back from schooling at Magnolia Sands Farm here in Ocala, Florida. Their cross-country field is perfectly suited for a first outing on a young horse or schooling your upper-level horse. Magnolia Sands offers over 110 jumps ranging from starter to intermediate, plus multiple banks, ditches, and waters. They're constantly updating their courses and have even added new ditches and a starter ditch wall. Conveniently located in Northeast Ocala, Magnolia Sands has made it easy for riders and trainers with online waivers, Venmo, and PayPal, and even offer a golf cart for guests. MagnoliaSandsFarm.com.
Equibrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
Equibrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order Equibrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Welcome back to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are in the Jump for Joy studio, and we are joined by Kyle Carter. Thank you very much, Kyle, for being here. This is our Equibrew segment. Excellent. So Equibrew is a great live probiotic. I think you can go order at the bottom of the screen is brickfieldnutrition.com. John, all of your horses are on this live probiotic. All of ours are. It's amazing stuff for the gut health.
Yeah, I just got my next shipment
All right.
today. My dealer showed up, which is awesome.
I know.
I appreciate that. It is great stuff. And so if you go to brickfieldnutrition.com and use the promo code JR58.
Correct.
Right? You gotta use 58 this week. That gets you 10%.
Yeah, very good, John.
Thank you. 10% off of your Equibrew orders. And I got to tell you, it's actually super affordable. The horses love it. They look awesome.
Yeah, and I got a call from Betty Levier.
Yes.
Who I sent 2 pet brews to, and she called me up and she said, my husband says that their dogs are so much better.
Yeah, my dogs love it too, actually. I need to get more of that too.
But you won't use it.
No, I will. Is it the same stuff? Just in a smaller bottle?
You can use Equibrew, but pet brew is really what you should be using.
Okay.
Because it's for their microbes of a dog's.
You know, Max, who has a bad pancreas, loves it.
Well, I'll
And he
bring
eats
some more
better.
pet brew.
All right, thank you.
And you can take it yourself too.
I was just thinking that that I might just use that code up there if I could figure out how to do I'll have to pull the thing off the screen that you just put on, because I'm not going to watch this because it makes me physically ill to watch myself do anything. So
It makes us ill to watch you.
It makes us
as well.
Well, you can
ever since
listen.
those recordings that got out online, it's
that
just
was it.
embarrassing.
But don't you like to listen? You can listen to yourself.
No,
though,
not at all. I don't
Really?
listen to anything.
Well, we want to
Hardly-
listen to you.
I
Hardly
listen
can read
to
it.
myself all the time.
I know you do.
If I'm on a horse and I have my AirPods in, you
Yep.
can rest assured I'm listening to me.
That's good.
Well, let's Kyle.
I would need Equibrew if I had to listen to you. For
And
sure.
you actually can take Equibrew. Kyle, you have represented Canada. How many Olympics?
Just one, and apparently I won't be doing another one this year.
Yes. So sorry about that. We heard about that. A cool horse. Sorry he had the slight little injury that he had.
Yeah, one Olympics, a World Championships, and a couple Pan Am Games.
And now you replace the great Jimmy, not replace, but fill in for the great Jimmy Wofford for the Chronicle of the
Yeah, I took over that 3 or 4 years ago. Jimmy sort of passed the baton, and I can't tell you how honored I was to do it for the Chronicle,
Right.
because, for Jimmy did it for like 20 some years. I'm not sure I'm going to pull that off, but I remember every week that it would come out before Kentucky, before the internet, and all the riders, we'd grab it to see what things he said about us, whether they're good or bad, but he
And
just did such a
sometimes
great
it was
job.
heartbreaking.
Really bad.
You're like, oh man, Jimmy, I thought I was going to be okay.
Yeah, I remember one year he said, Kyle will be fine as long as he doesn't look like he's trying to start a chainsaw or something like that. And I was like, that's really not very nice. Right, but not right nice.
Not very nice. So you're in your 4th year?
I think this is 4th year, yeah.
And how are you like? Are you as you were sharp penned as Jimmy was, or
No, you're not. You're not nearly
but
as mean.
Jimmy backed down over the years. But I've got a few people. I know a couple of years ago, I showed up at the show and Doug Payne was just really unhappy because I chose his young horse over the old horse. At the end of the weekend, I just said I think the young one's coming into its own, and that was like 2 years ago maybe, and the young one ended up in the top 8 or something, and he called me on the way home. He's like, I didn't say anything, but I was kind of pissed about the article, and he's like, but I guess you were onto something, and they actually retired him after that for really top stuff. Yeah.
And did you say I told you so?
Yeah, a little bit, sure.
Yeah,
Why couldn't you? I mean, I got people that won't talk to me for things I say about them, so.
I'm actually amazed I still talk to you, to be honest.
Yeah, well, and I the stuff I say to you, I say
Actually,
to your face.
he's gotten nicer over the years.
Kyle?
Because I've offended enough people. Realize it's not really going to work to my advantage. So no, I'm not quite probably as sharp as Jimmy was certainly at the beginning.
Right.
And I will say there's a lot of editing that goes on. The people I work with at the Chronicle are fantastic. I like writing. I actually really love writing. But when we do that part, we do it as a conversation.
Sure.
And I will often call them the next day and be like, okay, you need to change that. But because there's sometimes you're like, are you kidding me? What are you doing there? You shouldn't even go.
Right.
And you're kind of, and there's a couple this year that kind of was that way, and then, but this, I've gotten kind of comfortable with just being able to,
who was it,
to
Kyle?
Say a little something, and it's kind of this like just a general comments,
Kyle?
and you're like,
Kyle,
yeah.
who?
Well, we'll tell you after. Sometimes I do write it down, and I'm like, watch this, and it's amazing. So it is not the stage you should be trying to get your shit together at. You should be showing up and be like, I own it, and things can still go wrong. But when you're still trying to retrain them at that point, it's pretty predictable that it's not going to go well. It doesn't matter how good it is.
I cannot wait until we get into this and we find out.
Well, I can list several on that list that he's talking about. But I can.
This year,
before we get into it, I want everybody to know it's not me that has said it. It is Kyle.
No, exactly.
And possibly Rick.
Exactly. We'd have to really go through the list.
Okay.
So what do you think this year about the list? Obviously, it's an Olympic year. Tell us about your thoughts, how the 5-star and the 4-star short kind of panned out with horses not going into 5-star.
I think it's great because I had this is, and in the article I sort of comment on this. I think now we've got a 4-star that has the top horses in it and a 5-star that's got the top horses in it. So anybody who goes, it's not like you're gonna be like, oh, I'm watching the 4-star. You're watching the Olympic horses, and then you're watching the 5-star, and you're watching the Olympic horses. And in each division, there's people that are just kind of, they're there. They're trying to get, everybody's trying to have a day. It's not like everybody's there to win. But I really believe this is going to be the best thing for the sport. And I really think it's important for people to look at it. I mean, it would be great if people to educate themselves in the sport. But if you look at it, you can see people making choices as to how they think their horse is going to best prepare for the Olympics. And they're going to put it out on the line. And maybe the 5-star was, like when Roz Cantor was in there, I said in the article, now she's been removed, I said, Roz obviously feels the 5-star is the best way to prepare for the Olympics. And last year when she won Blenheim and then 6 weeks later went to the 5-star, I was like, are you kidding me? You just don't, you don't do that. The horse is not going to have the metabolism to go. And she won that. And so she obviously knows. Yeah, and when she did it, I was like, this is just really, I'm a real traditionalist and I just didn't quite get it. But the one thing you have to be is open to learn from what people do. And clearly this was going to be her pathway. And unfortunately she isn't going now because I was so looking forward to seeing her go. She's just incredible.
She is incredible. And I think to your point, when that did happen last year, I think there was a lot of conversation about that. But when they saw the horse, it was, she knew what she was doing.
It bumped up.
Yeah,
she's a hell of a horsewoman and rider.
Right.
And that's the one thing, is there's some people that are incredible riders and they're there and you're like, oh my God, they're such good competitors. And you're at the same time, you're like, but they don't care about the horse at all, They're there competing.
There are people out there like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, it's not like the old days either. So there wasn't when we would be out, for, 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, God.
And there's no way you could go 2 weeks later somewhere or 5, 6 weeks later.
It wasn't even 30 minutes because you went for...
It was like an hour.
Yeah, you were an hour and 20 minutes at one of those.
Yeah.
And you get lost on roads and tracks.
I got lost all the time.
Oh, me too. Roads and tracks was the worst.
Kyle got lost a lot.
A lot.
I remember you got lost at Bromont on Phase A one time. You just kept trotting.
Kept going.
Yeah.
And then I did it at the Kentucky Horse Park one time on a little mare that I was so worried she wouldn't have enough to run. And I trotted right past the turnaround. And they just sit there and watch you go.
So I know this has happened a couple times, and I know we want to get into all this, but
dementia.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Seriously, what were you thinking?
Well, because you try, like, I mean, I just
wasn't
am out
thinking.
there.
I always did math. I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Oh,
I'm at the
God.
1K mark, and maybe a 220 or 240. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, what were you
I
thinking?
I would trot along, and I would just, like, I mean, I'm with everything. I'm like just trotting along, thinking about all sorts of things that have nothing to do with what I'm doing, because I'm someone that, like, I like to show up just a little bit late, get on my horse.
You accomplished
go.
that.
Yeah, but like, and just get on and go out on cross country, like do my warm up and go. I don't want to be sitting around. Everybody comes up to me in the warm. They're like, okay, so how many strides is that in there? And I'm like, I don't know. I just react. I know the general idea, and that's it.
That's it.
Well,
And
I'm
that's how my
glad
mind
for your
goes.
sake that you don't have to do roads and tracks
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, I can
I'd have
tell
to
you,
quit.
roads and tracks at Essex, the year that I was doing the 3-star then, or with 2-star, whatever it was, I thought I missed a flag.
Right?
So I got so far down, and I said, did I miss that flag? I went all the way back, checked to see if I missed the flag. Didn't miss the flag. Went back, and I made still time.
You made it.
But my poor horse had to go down and back, but he was great. He finished 10th that year.
It was crazy stuff. John Elliott missed one on Starman 1 year at Radnor, I believe, right?
But you can get lost in your head sometimes.
Yeah,
for
there's
sure.
all that
There's
time
not a lot in my
going on.
head, so I didn't get lost on roads and
That's
tracks too
true.
often.
Just a lot of rocks.
I had one year at Radnor that was in like second out of like 95 horses, such a big deal. And we had to go past some emus in this little narrow
I
corridor.
remember this.
And she stood and reared and wouldn't go past it. And then I tried to go up the road into someone's yard and come back around. And finally the next horse was trotting along. And I'm like, you go in, I'm coming. When I come in, I'm coming past you real fast. Just
Get
look
out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was like just ridiculous things happen out there. I'm so happy they don't have it anymore. I mean,
Okay.
I also don't like, I think the new sport, and I think it shows up in your entry list here, the new sport is so fantastic because we have horses going to 17 and 18 years old, which you rarely saw before,
Right.
and I think it says everything about what we're
I agree
capable
with
of.
you.
Yeah, you could be right. Let's do this. We need to get into our picks. Maybe we'll start with the 5-star.
Sure, I think that's
All right, so we'll start with the 5-star, but we're going to take a break first. Big thank you to Equestrian Brew.
Thank you.
It is an awesome live probiotic. You guys need to check it out for your horses and your dogs because, like I said, Max, pancreatitis, way better on it.
Real good for them. Itchy skin, whatever. Breath smells good.
It smells like
magic.
Struggle to believe
kombucha.
it'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like magic.
Yeah, no, it's great stuff. So thank you to Equestrian Brew, and we are going to be right back in the Jump for Joy studio right after this. Looking to improve your style? Need a gift for that special client? Exceptional Equestrian's journey started with Cindy Lay. After retiring, Cindy began crafting halter and bridle charms, selling them from the berm of the Colorado Horse Park. What began as a part-time endeavor blossomed into a thriving business. With just her trusty Nissan Murano, Cindy traversed the country attending horse shows from coast to coast. As demand grew, so did the business. Trailers turned into trucks, and trucks multiplied. Today, Exceptional Equestrian boasts 2 prime locations at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala. Their curated collection features premier brands such as Sam Shield, Equiline, 4 Horses, Ego 7, the Kenyon Collection, Vestrum, and Animo. From equestrian essentials to stylish apparel and home goods, they offer a diverse range of products. They also carry tailored Sportsman, Tipperary, RJ Classics, and a wide variety of home goods and tack. The dedicated team takes pride in providing top-notch customer service, from expert safety equipment fittings to crafting the perfect ensemble or finding the ideal gift for your trainer. Step into Exceptional Equestrian and transform your style journey with us.
Equestrian Brew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
Equestrian Brew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order Equestrian Brew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going.
Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Hi, my name's Leslie Law, and we are a proud supporter of Jump for Joy. We've been using their portable cross-country jumps now for about 10 to 15 years. We love these jumps because, as you can see, they're very easy to move. It would only take another person on the other side and I could place this fence wherever I wanted to very easily.
Welcome back to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, and we are here with Kyle. And Kyle, so we were talking about getting into the 5-star now.
Yeah.
So it's a big division.
Huge division. I think the first thing that has to be said is Kentucky this year is the best group of horses that has ever been on the bluegrass, with the exception of the World Championships. We have top horses in both divisions and a pretty good depth of it. And so I think on that alone, it's exceptional this year. Now, obviously being an Olympic year, that's sort of what's driving people to it. But I'm excited to see such established horses and, some of the people coming on. So
right.
I think that what we should do is probably just talk about the general entries.
Yeah, so as you look through that list, we're going to obviously at some point get into your picks.
Yeah.
But there's also some notable stories there, some interesting horses and rider combinations. So where do you want to start?
Well, the first one is actually the first person out on cross country, which is Sarah Kozenplik. And the reason that it's really notable is she hasn't been back there for a while at that level. She's got a new horse to her that she's developing a pretty good relationship with. She hasn't had the smoothest spring, but you got to remember that the reason Kentucky is kept running and was able to run during COVID was because of Sarah Kozenplik. So if there's any god that's shining on our sport, she should have the weekend of her life there.
Right.
I'm not sure that's going to be the case, and that's not to be negative. It's hard to expect outside forces to make things happen, but that is a very good horse, and he has 3 phases.
And that's Rock Phantom.
Yeah, Rock Phantom, and she's done a really good job bringing him to being competitive at these levels. So this is a new level for him. My feeling is it's probably next year that it's going to be a bit more the right thing, but it's going to be a good year for her to go.
Well, and she does have a ton of experience.
Yeah.
I mean, she's ridden around some of the biggest 5-stars in the world. She's ridden Burley. I think she's ridden badminton, pretty sure.
Yep, I think so.
On Augie. So she certainly has the mileage to be able to go and pull it off.
And another interesting point is Fly Me Courageous is in the 4 short, I believe.
That was hers.
And that is the horse she ran in the 5 long at Kentucky some years ago.
Yeah. And but the thing is it's been she's been really kind of diligent about bringing back, and I think what's happened is actually I think she'd be almost further along if she didn't spend so much time working on her skill work.
Right.
But she's really diligent about making sure she's cleaning everything up, and sometimes that can get in your way a bit.
Well, don't you find that tends to happen as riders get more experience, as they get more detailed, and they're less I'm just going to go make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. When she was younger, she was like a phenom, and I think she's, now she's aware of the weight of it all, you know, and I think that's a hard thing to sometimes be able to let go on the day, but
I'll be cheering for her.
Yeah, me too. I mean, she's a lovely person, really good for the sport in every way, and a really good rider,
And loves vacations.
And loves vacations. I mean, I don't think she ever rides.
No, she just vacations.
That's for you, Sarah. Jenny Brannigan, I think she has come completely into her own as the rider that everybody thought she was going to be when she was a young rider. I did think her horses they're good at the standard, but they're just below the standard that is really, really top competitive. But I think she's going to go, and I think she's going to be very fast on. I can't remember which one. I've written it all out in the Chronicle, but I don't have that in front of me.
I told you about this show weeks ago.
I know.
And you've come unprepared.
Yeah, it was supposed to be last night. That was the thing. I was prepared last night.
Right.
We've got Susie Berry coming over from Ireland. That's going to be incredible because she's a really good rider. I think it's her first 5-star on this horse. But she's been to the World Championships before. It might even be her first 5-star. And that's the one thing I did think, looking at this list, is we are lacking new 5-star riders. I don't think there's a single one in the
for the United
States. And I think that's something that everybody should look at and be a bit alarmed by.
But should they?
Yeah.
Because how long are 5 stars really going to be around?
Oh, forever,
matter.
John.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
It doesn't really matter because the thing is that's the standard at the moment, and we're falling that short to not have a single first timer there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but anyway, we could go on forever about that, but like...
Look, when it ends, then it'll be the new sport, and I think the new sport is coming, as it always does, but are we better off? Is our group, they're just so good at this? It's not really that.
Right.
You know, I think this just gotten a little bit princessy, honestly. Andrew McConna, whatever.
Right. I'm here for the
It's a nickname I have for him. I think he's a great rider. I think he's got a great temperament for it. He's fully immersed in the sport. I love to see that. And I think he's going to have. I think his day is going to be good, but I think again we're lacking the really top horses for him at the moment. But it's someone that there's a couple people I'm always like, God, if they could just get some good owners behind him, and I think he's actually got that now. Right. I'm really excited for him. So I'm really excited to see that. And then Emma Klugman's a huge. I mean, I'm a huge fan of her.
Absolutely.
Because she is a worker beyond anybody else, and she's a coach for Ride IQ.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, we asked her because she just is like immediately picks it up. She's big in Pony Club. She's actually putting together a roster of Pony Club lessons for us.
Right.
But like nobody works harder than that. I don't care. I mean, I work really hard, and I'm not as hard as I used to. But she does law school, top horses, buying, selling, doing jumper shows. She's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm in awe of her, and she's a really good rider. And so that mare is the first time for this level with that mare.
And which mare is that?
The Bronte Beach.
Right.
But it's really lovely.
Yeah.
And it's not the most experienced horse, but the thing with Emma is she's got that little bit of, she's Australian, but she actually is American.
Right.
But she has that little bit of...
she has a little bit of Phyllis Dawson in her.
I don't know about
tough.
that. She just goes out and it's like it's a bit green, like Boyd or any of those guys. They go out and they're on a green horse. It's like, and they're whipping around.
Yes.
And so I think it's gonna be a really good day for her. I have her sort of thresholding sort of 11th or 12th. I think she can do that. And
don't give away your picks yet.
Well, it's not top 10, I don't think. Right. James Alston on 2. I think he's a great rider. I think he's a unique rider. He doesn't ride under a traditional style. And I say that with that, you wouldn't want to emulate that part of it, but you would certainly want to emulate his desire,
and his
strength, powerful, and his like motivation in the moment is undeniable. And I think if you're just going to see a good result. I think the mare he took to Europe last year is going to do quite well.
Karma, right?
Yeah, and the Paper Jam horse is quite good, but I mean, when you watch them, you think, I can't go that fast because he brings it back and then he goes forward. But he just is a speed demon. So I'm excited to see him go.
He's the one that just won at Twin Rivers on Paper Jam.
Yeah, I think the thing is it wins a lot on the West Coast. It's going to be shy here, but he's still, I still think he's going to do well. It's not just because he's going to produce it. Ariel Grand, I love that horse. Grald. Yeah, it's even written here with an
Ariana Grande is totally a different person.
Singer.
Yeah, it's totally different person.
Or actress or whatever that is.
She's a singer.
Ariel Grande.
There we go.
Okay, go ahead.
But she's like that horse and her such class, and that's one you just want to watch go. Megan O'Donoghue's gone to badminton.
Yeah, she's going to badminton.
She's dropped. Yep. So that's she needs more horses. That's a great rider.
Absolutely. She was actually just on our last show.
Yeah. I think she's one of the most, there's a few that are underrated in this country, and if people started feeding horses to them, you would see America burst on the scene. And she's certainly one of them, but I think she's too shy and sweet to go after people.
Right.
And it's a shame because someone needs to get her and just be like, put her in front of people because she's awesome. Mm-hmm. Not that she's riding there, so who cares, right? Doug Payne, he's got a couple there. He's super fast and is going to do well, I'd say, and it's always fun to watch him go. Boyd, he's bringing some real clout. He's done exactly what he needs to do. I think the mare is the weakest of all the horses he's bringing. And the Tesla Leg, I think, could have a good weekend. I know he's struggled a little bit in the last few years of making the whole thing happen, but his 2 and the 4 short are they're going to be future superstars for sure.
And just for the audience, which of the 2 that he has in the 4 short?
Commando and the
Lulu Mare?
No. Oh, he does have that, but he also has the
Fetterman B.
Fetterman, yeah,
Right.
which is, I mean, he does really well on that.
Yeah. Annie Godwin's.
Yeah, and that's such a hard story,
Right.
and yet also so inspiring, and it's so great for, like, Boyd, his ability to manage all of that is
Yeah, he's incredible.
that alone. Like, I mean, you know, you're kind of like, how the hell is he doing it? It's
Well,
unbelievable.
I'll tell you how he's doing it, because I saw him at Stableview.
Yeah.
And we were in the show jump warm-up, just to cut to another thing, and I see somebody holding his horse. And I think it was Fetterman B. I was like, what's going on? And somebody goes, you got to go to the bathroom, and point over. And he's way out in the woods, like an Australian would
Yeah.
be. And he's just doing the thing, and he came back, I was like, well, he can manage a lot of things.
So he's successful because he pees in the woods.
Everywhere.
Is that what it is? I pee in the woods.
Yeah, I do too.
I guess
like
you
peeing
just
in the
need to
woods.
be more strategic.
But the thing with him is he doesn't get, like, he's got that mindset. He doesn't get bothered. He just gets going.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Jessica Phoenix on Wabbit, I know it's not going to be the best, probably
it'll
the
be fun
best
to watch.
performance. Yeah, and she's such a trier.
Yeah.
And that horse has gone better and better, and I'm excited to see that one go there.
Well, Kyle, let's
Yep.
do this. Let's take a break, and then you're going to give us your top 10.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
So we're going to check in with our sponsors, and we will be right back with our exceptional equestrian segment. So thanks for hanging
Taking
out
too
for
long.
another. No, you're doing great. Thanks for hanging out for another couple of segments here in the Jump for Joy studio, and we're going to be right back. Looking to improve your style? Need a gift for that special client? Exceptional Equestrian's journey started with Cindy Lay. After retiring, Cindy began crafting halter and bridle charms, selling them from the berm of the Colorado Horse Park. What began as a part-time endeavor blossomed into a thriving business. With just her trusty Nissan Murano, Cindy traversed the country, attending horse shows from coast to coast. As demand grew, so did the business. Trailers turned into trucks, and trucks multiplied. Today, Exceptional Equestrian boasts 2 prime locations at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala. Their curated collection features premier brands such as Sam Shield, Equiline, 4 Horses, Ego 7, the Kenyon Collection, Vestrum, and Animo. From equestrian essentials to stylish apparel and home goods, they offer a diverse range of products. They also carry tailored Sportsman, Tipperary, RJ Classics, and a wide variety of home goods and tack. The dedicated team takes pride in providing top-notch customer service, from expert safety equipment fittings to crafting the perfect ensemble or finding the ideal gift for your trainer. Step into Exceptional Equestrian and transform your style journey with us. Jump for Joy fences are easy to move, lightweight, durable, and low maintenance. So we're out here on the cross country. We just finished over in the show jumping over the Jump for Joy fences. Had a great time schooling over them. They're really nice and easy to move, so we were able to adjust some things and really have the exact school that we needed thanks to the Jump for Joy fences. I love them. Order yours at jumpforjoyusa.com.
Aero helmets represent real change for equestrian helmets, offering patented new technology and an unparalleled level of safety testing. It is the only Snell-certified helmet with MIPS on the market. Aero visors are interchangeable, meaning you can wear your Aero 3 ways, with a formal visor, a sun visor, and as a skull cap. Our shimmable liner means you can customize the fit for your head and your hairstyle. Upgrade to Aero today.
Since 1950, Maison Forestier has been offering its know-how to design custom-made saddles for passionate riders. In 2016, Maison Forestier took a turn and expanded into the sports world with the goal of improving the performance of the rider-horse pair. You will find a professional, reactive, and fun team to answer your needs. And this is why I have chosen Forestier for all of my saddlery needs. Feel free to contact the saddle expert in your area for more information by visiting www.forestier.com. Hey, it's John here. I just wanted to let you guys know I got back from schooling at Magnolia Sands Farm here in Ocala, Florida. Their cross-country field is perfectly suited for a first outing on a young horse or schooling your upper-level horse. Magnolia Sands offers over 110 jumps ranging from starter to intermediate, plus multiple banks, ditches, and waters. They're constantly updating their courses and have even added new ditches and a starter ditch wall. Conveniently located in Northeast Ocala, Magnolia Sands has made it easy for riders and trainers with online waivers, Venmo, and PayPal, and even offer a golf cart for guests. MagnoliaSandsFarm.com.
Welcome back to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are still here with Kyle Carter doing our Defender Kentucky 3-day preview. We're about to get even more into the 5-star. We are in the Exceptional Equestrian segment. Huge thank you to Cindy Lay and Exceptional Equestrian. They are based over at World Equestrian Center. They have the entire Kenyon collection at Kentucky.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and their belts and dog collars.
You have your
hat
belt on?
bands. I have my belt on right there.
Yep.
There it
so
is.
the Maasai women, the tribes women, make these belts, and Cindy's really cool. She has a shop actually located in Nairobi.
She employs 120 women there.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's amazing. She goes over. The women come up. They make money from her sales, and so very cool. If y'all are at Kentucky, should go and buy some of the Kenyan collection. If you're in Ocala, should go to the World Equestrian Center. She has a clothing side and a tack side, and the clothing side has the Kenya. Or is it the?
Yeah, no, the clothing side I think does. I think. Well, but check them both out.
Both out.
Go both places. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to support, and what a great cause, but also it's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
good.
It's not like they're like, oh, I bought this, now I'm going to put it in the closet. And
No, you're going to wear it.
Yeah, you can actually use it.
When I wear the heck out of the belts, like honestly, I got them and I was like, oh, they're pretty, but I don't know, and I wear them every day, and I've even led Poppy, the dog that likes to eat Joel's truck, around with it, and
that's amazing.
Well, that's important.
I should bring some of the clips because we do have the women in one of the tribes at the Masai Mara with all their stuff. We should play one of those clips. Later.
Right here.
Yes. So Kyle, we were mid 5-star preview, so we wanted to continue a little bit on that before you're going to give us your picks.
Yeah, you were rushing me along as usual.
I wasn't rushing you.
Got the timer, Kyle, timer. So we got Monica
like
Spencer.
2 Ricks here.
Is here. And she is a beautiful rider, and I love this horse. So that's going to be really
cool
to
missed
watch.
who you were saying. Who was that?
Monica Spencer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I missed it too, so I'm glad you're back.
Oh my God, guys, it's like cats in here. Bobby Meyerhoff is there with his Lubamba horse, Lubamba, whatever.
Richie Valens was the singer of La Bamba.
Yeah, I guess. That one, I think Bobby's great, but I think that horse is going to be there to have another 5-star completion. He's had enough of them for sure. And sometimes you have those horses you just want to go with, but it's going to be far from a competition with him. Lisa Marie Ferguson's entered on Honor Me, which I thought was kind of surprising because just kind of come back out of nowhere.
I'm with you. I got it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a lovely horse. He's
18 or 19 now. I mean, he's aging out.
But you'll see, horses that age still competitive, and unfortunately, he's just never hit the marker that you were hoping for.
Which is too bad because he
could have been.
Amazing.
Well, and to be fair, has had maybe not the top placings you want, but he's just always
been consistent
there.
Absolutely, but he's always slow in cross country.
Yeah.
And he's a great cross-country horse, and a great cross-country horse should then be able to achieve that, and it's there. It's no question it's there. And so...
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is the horse deserves a ton of credit. It's
yes! Oh my God, he's amazing. Yeah. And he's a Welsh pony cross, and he's 17-1. Like, he's my type of horse as far as the height anyways.
Right.
But, she's done a great job managing him, and that, horsemanship should come through like that. So you've got to really respect that. Philip Saron, Quasi Cool, he's got a couple horses there. And his young horses are looking really good. He had 3, he's pulled one out. Denham, I think he's pulled out.
Yeah, he's taking that one to try on.
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen is these horses are again on that next time type thing. But with Philip, you never know because he goes out on a green horse, all of a sudden he's running around in time.
Right.
And he finishes on his dressage score, but the dressage is just not quite good enough at the American level at the moment, I don't think. But they're capable. Matthew Grayling's over here from New Zealand. He's been based here all spring, and that horse, Trudeau, other than the name, because of course Trudeau is, why would you name a horse that? I mean, it's just
what are you
terrible.
saying? We don't do politics on this show.
Oh, we don't do politics. Okay, well, so Trudeau is fantastic. No, but he's actually 60. Which I like to because I like anybody older than me, so I think he's 2 in the competition. But it's going to be kind of cool to watch him go, and he's a good rider and a really nice horse.
Not to interrupt.
Yeah.
Were we born the same exact day and the same exact year?
I'm 55. How old are you?
Oh no, I'm older than you.
Yeah, I know. You're way older than me. You're like dust.
You're both super old.
Yeah. Sharon Weiss brought Clause 63 there with her Pan Am horse, and I'm really excited to see that one go. It's had some ups and downs in its record, but on the day that it's good, it's super fantastic. And then on the last day, it's actually unbelievable. She had a real anomaly at the Pan Am. She had 4 rails, which I don't think anybody would have bet on, and we do bet. So Zach Brandt, I think you might know him because I'm sure John's gone on and on about him because, of course, he coaches him.
Yes.
And
we have our final prep tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm interested to hear what you have to say. What do I need to do?
All right, well, let me help you there.
Yeah.
I love the horse. I think it's fantastic. I felt like he went there. I thought he went to the 5-star too early. we had that discussion.
Yep.
I think now, legitimately, he should be able to not. There's no reason for him to not just pull the trigger and get this done.
Well, I will tell you this. We actually just had a big talk, Zach and I, about this, and I can say this is like a little bit of insight.
Yeah.
100%. Even Zach has said to me, basically, he said, this is the year. I have no excuses. I'm not new. My back is fixed. I feel like this is my chance to like actually get it done. Yeah. And he said to me, like, I know I haven't gotten it done, but I think like what I will say is this: he's super confident. He feels like this is his chance, and I think he's going to have his best. I truly believe he's going to have his best performance at that level that he's ever had.
Yeah. You say that all the time, though. But here's the thing:
no, but he should. Like he has to.
Absolutely, but I think his failures are actually what's going to make that happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think he's going to go. I don't own it without some sort of whatever, right. And I think he's actually. I agree with you. I think
that's the conversation we had of like I've always had a thing. First it was my first time, then it was an unfortunate thing, then it was my back, and now he's got nothing to fall back on other than I've been there and it's time to make it happen.
Yeah, and it's a really unbelievable horse. Like I think it's a horse that I would just die to ride. The rideability was a problem, and that to me was why I didn't think he should go the first time, but whatever. I mean, it's like sitting over on my chair.
He's got it. I'm telling you this right now. He's got it. Guaranteed.
We're not listening to you.
Guaranteed. Zach, you're the man. You got it.
If he goes into show jumping, with whatever he goes in with, he's going to come out with. I believe that. He's a great show jumper, the horse, and I think Zach is exceptional over the fences there.
Yeah.
I think he needs to just kind of put his mind on it and put it out of everything else. He could kind of learn from Will Coleman, actually, how Will kind of puts himself in the zone.
That's true.
And I think that would be really beneficial for him. Unfortunately, he's learning from you, so he's probably
That's true, but I'm going to have him have his little pre-cross-country pep talk with Briggs, which we had, and it's super helpful.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Briggs is going to get his shit together.
Yeah.
Will Faudree, love that horse. Super fun to watch. Quit looking at your watch. You're
freaking
me out.
I didn't think you were looking. I'm not looking at my watch.
He does this all the time. I don't know why.
It's annoying.
Oh my God.
I knew he was annoying, but this is even more annoying.
You're doing awesome.
I love Will Faudree's horse. I love Will on the horse.
Mama's Magic Way.
Yeah, the dressage is going to hold him back a little bit, but God, it's just such a nice horse. It's so great to see Will getting out there on a horse he loves.
It's too bad because that horse has all the movements and everything in it. It's just hard to contain.
Yeah, but he had a really good test last year. Was it at
He did.
Burley?
He did.
Yes.
He did.
Yes, he did. He got a 29.
Yeah, he's
and
going
then
to do it
something
again.
happened somewhere else. I think he had a blip on cross country.
No, he had a good round.
He had a good round.
Yeah, but the reality is if it's a 29, it's a great day, and we're talking about some horses that can get in the low 20s, and so it's like I had the best day ever and end up 10th. You know, nothing like you wish to be there,
right?
But it's hard to be that good in all three phases.
Yep.
Mia Farley,
Phelps.
Phelps. Sorry, Mia Farley, whoever that is. Who is that?
Mia Farley.
She's,
I need some Equestrian Brew. I'm really excited to see her go again. The thing is last year at Maryland, I said going into that when I did the preview on that, I was like, the thing is sometimes it's really good to be a young rider where you're not aware of any of the pressures, and so you go out and do it. And so now she knows she can do it. Now she needs to be able to show up
with the pressure
and put it behind her. Yeah, like Peter Green said it to me one time when I was second at Kentucky. After the next show, he was like, now you need to be able to not ride the horse like he's special. You need to continue to do what you did to make that happen. And it's a hard thing. But Mia's way better than I ever been, and I think she's going to be just
And
fine.
her lead up, they've been very precise in what they were doing with them, and it's been very successful.
She's so well coached.
Right.
I mean, David's really
amazing.
knows what he's doing, and she follows it. She doesn't do the, well, that's not what I want to hear, and go off here.
Right.
Now she has to because it's his horse. Joe Meyer on Harbin, I love this horse for him. From day one, I was like, that's his horse. And he's ridden some horses where I'm like, I don't know why he's doing it, but he wants it so bad. He wants to be there. I'm really excited to watch that one go, because if Joe's having a good day, and he's not allowed to ride at Ocala because Ruthie told him, he was like,
no more.
You're riding
You can't
in
do
Kentucky.
it.
You're not going to go there and get hurt.
That's right.
that even hurt Joe tries, and I think that this is going to be a really good year for him. The dressage is maybe going to hold him back, but
A cool horse, though.
Yeah.
unbelievable fun to watch. And
One of those competitors, Joe, that it doesn't matter. Like, he's going to go out and he's going to go fast and hard every single time.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, very, very classic New Zealand in that attitude, for sure. We've got a German rider. I think that one, Christopher Waller. He withdrew. That's what I thought. Andrew again. Jenny Brannigan again. Who cares? Bruce Davidson. Buck is riding Sarakama, which I love that horse. But I kind of, for a long time now, the first time he took it there, I'm like, this is the type of horse you want to be there on.
Right. Thoroughbred.
Thoroughbred. It reminds me very much of my Madison Park horse. You should be able to just go and go.
Right.
But he hasn't made time at the 5-star level, and I think Buck, same things a little bit as, not that Buck needs to just go, this is it, this is the day, I'm going for it. Right. But the thing with Buck is he's fully capable of pulling that off, and so he just needs to show up and have that mindset, and it's going to be unbelievable to watch. And it should be a good weekend. It's not the best show jumper, but it's not terrible, and its dressage is good, but it's not quite, it's not, again, we're not talking about the top placings, but it should be cross country. It should be a double clear, and this year it should be. Lillian Hurd on Barnaby. I mean, God, this is his 14th 5-star, I think.
Yeah, 105th.
Unbelievable partnership, fun to watch. Again, I think she's probably just going to go and have a round. Ollie Townsend, we'll talk about him later.
There's no S, it's
Townen, whatever. He's not watching the show anyways.
Everybody watches this show. That's super offensive.
Beck Bratling, you want to correct me?
Breitling.
I'm going to start calling everyone the wrong name.
Just because it's fun. You're not going to just start doing that, I can promise you.
I'm going to do it from day one.
Right.
I started years ago, and just to annoy you.
Yeah.
So that's an incredible horse, and she does a really good job on it. She lives in California, but she's from Australia, and it's cool. She hasn't been back to the 5-star level. Yeah. So. You love someone that sticks with it that long, because God knows why we do that.
Because we're all mentally ill.
Yeah, Lauren, we'll talk about her in a minute. Liz
Will
Halliday.
Will it be a minute, you think?
Yeah, shut up. James on his second horse. Tom McEwen, that'll be really exciting. Doug on his second horse. That one's fun to kind of watch, but it's not really as rideable as you would like at the level, but he seems to get it done.
Is that the Carmela horse?
Yeah, and it just doesn't settle yet.
Yep. I agree.
But he does a really good job.
He does a really good job with it.
I don't know how he does it. It would be like, times you'd be like, yep, calling this. Boyd on cue. I mean, it's a 5-star winner, so you expect it to go well. I just think it's not quite the same class as some of the other horses. And Boyd will do everything he can to make this happen. But I just think it's going to be, it's a tall order to repeat the 5-star win on that one. And then Philip on his second horse, which is Philip.
Exactly. So what we'll do is we'll come back around. We're going to do the top 10.
Let's do the top 10. Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, we're going to do it?
Yeah, why are you rushing us?
Well, I just want to make sure. You usually sweat.
No, this is the new me.
12 or 13.
Kyle,
Maybe
let's do your top 10. Apparently we're going to the next segment. So the editor, the publisher,
we're going to do the top 10. We can run through the top 10 and 4-star.
The Joel has said.
I'm winding it down.
That was like the voice of God from Monty Python.
All right, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. You're doing a great job.
Thank you to Exceptional Equestrian for sponsoring this segment. We will come back with Kyle's top 10 picks. We'll get into the 4 short as well, and we'll wrap it all up. So thank you very much. We'll be right back.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Reset, reboot, rebuild, restore. Experience the transformative power of our formulas you can trust. Elevate your horse's well-being from the inside out with Parkmore supplements. European designed, American manufactured, and Kentucky Proud certified. Parkmore's Devil's Own Detox, nature's own binding agent, cleansing your horse's system, now available for your canine kids too. Say goodbye to unwanted elements and hello to vitality. Parkmore Special Vitamin Mineral Supplement, a micronutrient powerhouse, no fillers, just 4 ounces a day for a 5-star adventure to thrive, because excellence deserves exceptional nutrition. Parkmore GLF Immuno Booster, unleash the magic gold, the #1 building block for cell replication. Elevate wellness and recovery for your horses and dogs, whether after training, travel, competition, or during periods of injury, illness, or surgery. Parkmore HI Oil Infusion. Customize your blends of herbs and spices to naturally combat inflammation, bacteria, and restore gut flora. Elevate your horses' and dogs' appetite naturally. Expert guidance awaits. For more information, schedule an online, telephone, or on-site consultation with Fleur or one of our dedicated team members. Visit parkmoresupplements.com or call, text at 502-265-8345 to elevate your companion's well-being today.
Welcome to The Hunt. The pursuit of greatness awaits, and we're on a mission to conquer our goals. Every step we take, every lift we make, we are driven by an insatiable hunger for excellence. There are no limits, no boundaries that can hold us back. We may have different objectives, but we share a common purpose: to push beyond our limits and achieve the extraordinary. Like a pack of fierce and unstoppable warriors, we stand united, a community of relentless individuals who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Obstacles, they're just stepping stones on our path to success. We welcome them, learn from them, and rise above them. We celebrate each other's victories and lift each other higher, inspiring greatness in one another. At CrossFit E8, we don't just hunt for success, we embody it, breathe it, and conquer it. Prepare yourself, because this isn't for the faint-hearted. This is for those who crave the thrill of pushing beyond the ordinary. CrossFit E8, on the hunt.
Welcome back to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are still here with Kyle Carter. Thank goodness. We got top 10 coming for the 5-star. We are in the Jump for Joy studio. It's nice and beautiful, and the temperature is perfect, Jon.
Oh, thank God.
I know. It's great.
Yeah.
So, Kyle.
Perfect.
John's getting all excited about not hearing the top 10 yet.
I know. I want to know.
I like holding back from it because it makes him so antsy.
He gets a look at him. He's
right.
like,
so it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You can go.
All right, shut up. Let's go. Start at 10 and work your way up.
Shut up. Okay, because I keep getting pressure from him. I got Ollie Townlend winning the whole thing on.
Whoa.
I know.
You're doing this the wrong way.
Let's
Start at
go
10.
with 10.
Now that you've given it away.
Well, there's a one with a 0 not up behind it.
Right, okay.
Well, someone should have told me that.
I did. I literally just said start at 10 and then you went.
Would you want to start over again?
No.
Okay. Knew it.
Not at all.
You don't care that much then. Monica Spencer on Artists in the top is who I've got in the top 10. I think in the last bit of it, it's sort of hard to predict. Boyd on Cue, I've got him working his way into the top 10 because I think that he legitimately can do that. Like I said, it'd be hard
do you think with Boyd then it's the show jumping that holds him back?
I think the dressage isn't going to be contending against the top horses here.
And then he'll get it done on cross country.
Yeah, and the thing with, and I think he'll be fine on cross country, but I think the thing with Boyd is, at Maryland, nobody could have made that happen the way that Boyd did. Like, I got a call from Europe and they're like, what was Boyd doing in the show jump? He's such a good jumper and he was like moving all over the place, but I think he was doing everything he could to make it work. And I'm not sure that's repeatable. And that's not against Boyd. It's just that, like, there's only so many times you can
pull that out of the hat.
Yeah. So I got him in the top 10. I think a rail's going to come down. Liz Halliday on Nutcracker. She's just such a good competitor. I know at the Pan Ams it kind of went off the rails with the one horse, but this is her place. Yeah, no, I know, but I don't think it was on the horse. I think it was just the day. I think she pressures herself to compete, and then when you put it that one notch up with the whole country's depending on you, sometimes it's not the best thing, so you have to kind of bring it down, which is why Boyd thrives in those situations. Doug moved into my top 10, so he would have been in 10th spot.
Right.
Because we lost one of the horses I had in there. Then I've got Lauren on Bug because Lauren is magic. She rides beautifully. The horse goes incredible for her. I didn't love him when she first started with him. I was kind of like, oh, come on now.
Done a good job with him.
Oh my God. And he's just become exactly what he should be. And they're like the best married couple going.
Sure.
So
Mrs. Mars owns that one. So that's
yeah,
good.
and I mean, like such a great supporter, and it's just going to be. I think it's just going to be a great weekend for them, honestly. I know he's getting a little bit older, but I don't think in our new sport that is such a big deal.
It's managed well.
Yeah. Then I've got Yasmin on
Bonsai.
DEL.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if I could read it, I could tell you.
So
Yasmin Ingham.
That horse is a winner. And this is the problem. In my top 3, they're all winners. That's a winner.
So where do you have her in your top?
I've got her at 3rd.
Okay.
But that horse, you watch him move, and his whole back is like as elastic as anything. And then he's so compliant and obedient in the dressage, and the environment just raises him to a new
the only
level.
thing with Yasmin, and I agree with you, he's had a couple problems.
Yes.
And where have those problems been?
On cross country.
At Coffins.
Yes, but here's the thing. I really believe this. I think failure sometimes is the thing that's needed to kick someone into the next gear. And she's trying for an Olympic bid. She's a world champion at the moment. I really believe this is she's going to get it done.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree with you.
You can.
And I'm going to say Yasmin, who I think is incredible, I love that horse as well, is going to have a blip somewhere on cross country and get into trouble.
I think that's a fair thing to say off of the record. I just think as well, she won the world championships, and then it's like I said about
she drank her own Kool-Aid.
She's young and she thinks, oh my God, this is how it goes. And then the reality starts to set in, and sometimes the failure steps that up. And I really believe that she's going to pull that off.
I think she's going to fold like a bad poker hand and crush under the pressure. I'm terrible at that.
So who you got as number 2?
All right, go ahead.
All right, Tom McEwen on Dublin. I mean, it's hard not to bet on that one. I don't think the top 3 are hard choices to make, except for I think Yasmin's going to pull it off. That horse is incredible. He's an incredible rider, and he's missed a couple of times, and I'm hoping that will push him up to the effort. And then I've got Ollie obviously winning. And Ollie, the thing is Ollie, if he has a miss, has that mentality of he's experienced enough that a miss means nothing to him. He goes on to the next thing. And he just about won Maryland, had a rail. But that horse, if you look at its record and if you watch it go, and that's the other thing is I'm watching these horses every Monday on the recordings from Europe and stuff like that because I'm a fan of the sport.
Sure.
And so I just see things kind of developing, and I think that horse is just great. And
right, so Ollie's your winner.
Ollie's my winner.
All right, so let's get into the 4-star.
I wish Roz was the winner, but she's not coming.
Right, so the 4-star, let's nail it.
Okay, so the 4-star, I've got Tammy on my bomb, confirming her spot for the. So she's
10.
going there to confirm her spot for the Olympics. I think the 4-star is actually more interesting with that. We've got Boyd on a couple horses trying to do the same thing. Liz on Mixed Master C trying to do the same thing. Will on a couple horses trying to get the spots for the Olympics. So if we start at 10th, I've got actually Cassie Sanger.
Yeah, and because
she's got that little bit of young rider thing. That's a really good horse, and she believes completely in what's going on. And there's no, God, I got to pay the bills this month, or remember when it didn't go well. I think she's going to be able to just pull it off and go.
Yep.
She's been very well produced by Dara Alexander, which is incredible. Like, she really nurtured this kid. Now she's moved on and is with Leslie, but it was a really good start and build up. Then I've got Carl.
On Hot Bobo?
On Hot Bobo. He won it last year. I don't think he's in for a win this year. He's had a bit of a rough spring, but again...
Yeah, it's been kind of hit and miss.
But he had a stop at Terra Nova last year, and then he went on to Kentucky, and I ran Terra Nova on my horse and was like, I'm not going to be stupid and go to Kentucky. My horse was really good at Terra Nova. I'm like, but I don't think he's ready. And he went there and did exactly the opposite. He was like, I'm going to go, and he ends up winning it. I think Carl's in with a really good shot, but I don't think he's in this company.
You don't have to
there.
rush. I feel like I'm rushing you.
Yeah, you are rushing.
Don't rush.
Okay, settle down. Take your
calm.
time, Kyle.
Take a half halt. Okay, so Hot Bobo is doing great.
Like I'm on roads and tracks.
No, not. You're gonna get lost.
Did you see that distant look I got?
Yeah, it's not roads and tracks. Stay focused, but just
okay.
You're okay.
So Carl, I think, is gonna have a good weekend, even though it's been a bit rough recently. But I think that's the key for making maybe a little bit of I like paranoia in my riders. I think Carl's paranoid.
And yourself, yes.
Yeah, I don't like it when they're like, I've got this, and they're oblivious to all the things, you know? Leslie on Lady Chatterley, I think that horse is a little tricky and a little difficult, but she's super talented, and Leslie deserves a big performance.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure what happened at Terra Nova in the show jump, but something.
But that was a spooky triple.
I wasn't there, so I didn't know what happened.
It jumped in and just went cold on him, which it has that.
Well, so I'll tell you, it had, when the Longines.
You all right?
What was it? What is that competition that was here at WEC called?
The Nations Cup.
The Nations
Cup.
Well,
yes, the Global Champions Tour.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. So he got really into these really low, right at the bottom gates and fillers, like right at the bottom of the fences, which got the horses to peek in. And Chris Barnard, who designed at Terra Nova, was there sort of helping out with the design, and so he got into that triple, and he had that at the second fence. It was this really spooky red low gate, and the horses got their eyes down, and they really peeked into that triple. It almost got me into 3-star. It got Leslie in the 4-star.
It got a lot of people.
My horses just jumped right through it. I don't know what
mine
you're talking about.
did
Like they just
too, but I got pretty lucky. But
so go ahead, Lady Chat.
I get what you're saying, but I think we've seen a lot of that. I don't think it's coming from that. Not the stop, but that jump with all of the standards
it's
and
a sharp
everything,
mare.
Certainly. And yes, everything's behind it.
Yeah.
But I mean, Leslie's not getting caught out by that. It's just the mare went cold on him. I don't think that'll happen again.
Yep.
And I really want it for Leslie because he's a great guy and he's an incredible rider, and how he stays enthusiastic at this point in his career is admirable, and it's a really good horse. Yeah. And it's owned by nice people. I've got Will Coleman on Off the Record.
Are we going in order here?
Yeah.
So what place are we on?
1, 2, 3. So this would be the opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th.
We're in 6th place, okay.
Yeah, 6th or 7th.
Okay.
And I think Will Coleman, it's not that I don't think Will can win this sort of thing, but I just think his dressage is going to hold him out of the placings that it could be on this horse. I think it's an incredible horse. He's got an incredible record. I just feel like there's going to be a little bit better on the day for that show. Then I've got Boyd on Fetterman. They've got a great relationship. It's a super cool story. Boyd's obviously a fantastic rider, but that's a very talented horse, and it's extremely fast considering when you watch it go.
It jumps, like it hangs in the air a bit.
Yeah, it gallops a bit like cold and up, but he never takes back. I don't know. They pulled him up and held him at the 5-star in Europe last year in France, and then he made time, and I think they must have got. I don't think they got the time right personally, but Boyd's going to give it, and that horse is truly fast as well.
Right.
Then I've got Tammy on.
I thought that was that on Fetterman B that they pulled him up?
Yeah, they held him on that one.
That's the horse we were just talking about.
Yeah, I thought it was the other one, the Tricaner.
No, I'm pretty sure it's that one.
Tester leg.
No. Yeah, no.
That was probably Badminton or Burley. Go ahead.
Yeah, because he said that they was at Burley, and he said that they stopped him in front of the biggest fence. Right. He had to trot it, or something. It was social media.
Sorry about that. Keep going.
That's all right. Tammy on Donito instead of Doritos, because Tammy's incredibly good on the dressage. The horse is really, really lovely. That one, like most of her horses now that she has, and she's so competitive, and she wants this so bad. I think she's going to take that one and up its game from where even it's been. And I think she's going to be right there. Then I got Liz on Mixmaster C. At the Pan Ams, it really wouldn't listen to her. It looked really unhappy with her own cross country. My feeling is it was incredibly well produced by Maya Black. Like incredibly well produced, but it was Maya's only horse, and she really got to mold it to exactly what it should be. It's one of Liz's horses, and I think it hadn't quite converted yet. And she'd had great performances. Like I thought she could have won the Pan Ams, but it came out and they just looked like they were at complete odds. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
Right. There. Well, I tell you, she's worked out the dressage part because I saw her at Carolina, and
it's pretty good on the flat.
Amazing.
Though. Yeah, there's no question that it's going to be competitive on the flat. Like show jump well. And I think on cross country, it just needs to settle, and it just had a bad day, and that's, I don't think, going to be.
And there are bad days.
Yeah, lots of them.
So many
bad days.
Those bad days.
People like this here, do you? It's like Debbie Downer. I got Boyd on Commando in second. That horse is unbelievable. And Boyd obviously is an incredible rider. And I can't, like that one, the first time I saw it, I was like, and he's got another one, but I think that's his best horse.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
And then I've got Tammy on my bomb because she. Oh, sorry. I got Will or Tam. It's so hard.
And I know you have Chin
I got
Tonic.
Will and Tammy. So Will on Chin Tonic and Tammy on my bomb.
Yeah.
And I think they're so close, but I got to give it to Tammy because I think Tammy owns the dressage and I think Will owns the dressage, but I think there's a whole nother level for Will that's going to happen here in the next little bit. And then I think Tammy, they have a longer partnership.
Sure.
It's such an unbelievable horse. And I think Tammy, not that Will doesn't want it, but I think Tammy realizes this is her moment to make that Olympic dream come true. And there's nothing like that carrot hanging out in front of you to make you, to drive you to, greatness. She did it last year at the 5-star. I think Will is, I just feel like you could trade the two of them. But I'm going with Tammy because she also is supposed to record.
Well, he's got to be in the top 10. He's got to be in the top 10 with Chin Tonic.
Yeah, no, I've got him in second or first. So I got them side by side on my paper.
Right.
And
you can't. You have to choose.
Okay, I'm going to say Will in second and Tammy in first. And if I'm wrong, it's not going to be any
Don't qualify it.
Yeah, but
you
chose if you're betting, which is what it should be, it's be really close percentages.
Yeah, but you have to choose.
Yep, I'm going Tammy.
All right, Will, you heard that here.
Yeah, that's right. Will
chose you to lose.
Whatever.
Right.
Whatever. Well, bring your Chin Tonic. Nobody cares.
So it was time limits that really got us to talk about the 4 short, but it is a big division. There's 67.
Huge.
I believe in it, and we got to do a kudos call out to Briggs. We'll be at the 4 short with a 14-2 hand couture. It'll be her 4th 4-star. She's a beast, and then Elisa will be there on Rincon Corsair, her 3-star national champion that she's trying to work out all these little things with. So
I think that on that, because I had to go through all of the stats on all that as well, and I have to say, straight up, a couple of years ago when Briggs was running that horse intermediate, I was like, yeah, you see it. There were people like, oh my God, so exciting, it's 14-2. But total credit to Briggs, and I am not inclined to I'm not doing this because you're married to him or he's standing over there with that gun. I mean, I promise, it's not the gun that's making me say this, but oh my God. No, but Briggs has made that horse, it's developed more scope over the last 2 years than I ever thought it would be. And I see a lot of horses come on and you're like, and they threshold.
Right.
And it's just gotten more scopy. He rides it unbelievable. He rides like a boy. He's like, come on, let's get down there. And it's what it needs, but he never backs off that. And the horse is, I think, developing more and more confidence, more and more scope. And I'm actually really excited to see it go because I think, I know last year you were saying he was going to come to Kentucky. I was like, well, I don't know about that. And now I've watched it go this spring. I'm like, God, yeah, why wouldn't you? It's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be awesome.
Well, thanks for saying that.
I'm not saying that because of you. It's got the gun over there.
Right? Right?
No, we're going to get censored off YouTube now.
No.
Good. This is my strike for social media justice.
Oh, man. No, I'm excited for Briggs, too. I
think
it's super cool. And I agree. When I first watched him, I was like, that's cool. It's a pony. And now I'm like, that's cool. It is an awesome horse.
But it's an awesome, this is what I love about it. It's if I was smaller, I wouldn't want to get on it and ride it. Not because I don't think it's good enough to be there, but that's not my ride at all.
Right.
But it is a great partnership, and that's making the horse a better horse than it necessarily would be, and better than what it would be with someone else. And I think it's incredible, and it shows a lot of stick-to-itness because it's one thing to go and be like, I'm going to go buy this really nice horse and then everything's going to be glorious. But to be like, I'm going to start with this where there's a bunch of doubters, but it doesn't matter, you just keep going. And that's that little bit of being young enough to be oblivious. But I think it also has developed that horse to be that confident.
And Elisa homebred that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's the whole thing about it. It's like, I didn't think it 2.5. Awesome. I was like,
Briggs, have we gotten our hats yet? Because I wanted a hat. Where's my hat?
What's the hat say?
I wanted the the hat for like the Briggs team?
We don't know what's going on.
I don't know what that
We're
is.
clueless.
Briggs knows what I'm talking about.
I
was
if
going to
you
get
told him
shirts
something,
for
he
the
will
pony.
never
I was going
remember.
to get
Remember,
pony
he's
shirts,
80.
pony hats, and be like part of the fan club all week.
Well,
Yeah.
let's get
I'm
through
not
the,
gonna
let's
do
get
that.
through let's get through Kentucky first.
Okay.
And then
No,
we'll-
I'm whatever.
No,
you
I
guys.
mean,
And then Elisa's
literally.
horse, no, but then Elisa's horse is absolutely lovely.
I'm
But
in.
watching it go at Maryland when it won, because I was in that division, I was like, it looks like it's probably going the other way, and it kind of did.
Right.
But I mean, the thing is she again sticks to it, it's tough enough, and has now worked on that rideability.
This is
so
my
it's kind of
couture
fun to
hat.
watch.
This is
That's
my
a Peaky Blinders.
This is my couture
Well,
hat.
we are super excited about Kentucky.
Yeah,
and you're going to be there.
Well, it's kind of sticky.
Yes, I'm going to be there Friday, do some course walks, and one for Purina, one for Ride IQ Friday afternoon. So if you guys want to come and join us, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
And then Saturday, I'm going to watch. I don't think I have to work. And I fly out Saturday afternoon because I don't have time to be there.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's just life. I was supposed to. There was a part of me when it came up. I'm like, since I'm not riding, I actually don't want to go now. But now I want to go. I want to see this, and it'd be cool to be there at the end. But at the end, all you do is watch people have their day.
Right.
And then you don't want to be like, I don't like going and be like I used to when I did Young Riders and when they do well or whatever. As soon as they get up on that podium, I wouldn't even say bye to them. I'd leave. I'd be like, this is not.
That
my
was an
moment.
Irish exit.
Yeah. Well, then does that mean you're drunk and fall?
I don't know. I just know that you
Wow.
don't say goodbye.
Wow.
And I need to do one thing before we close this out. John Kyle is doing a commentator school.
Maybe we should go. We might get better at this.
I
asked me to
think. Well, he actually sent me a message saying, "Why don't you come and do this?"
Get better.
And I think we should all be looking at that because we don't have a lot of good commentators in this country.
Well, except for us.
Whatever. We're not really commentators.
That's
We're
true.
a talk show. But I think it's essential that we get people from the United States and Canada that can really do commentating the way it should be and not have it some conversation that goes off into a different world.
You mean like it doesn't stay on schedule?
Well, and they always support their people, and that's it. Like Rick just did
sure.
for Briggs.
All right, listen. This has been an awesome show. Sincerely, I appreciate you coming in and going over the whole 5-star and 4-star and giving us the list. So thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
And we appreciate you guys joining us. We have made our picks. You guys have heard them all here. Kentucky is about to happen. We're super excited. We're going to be back in 2 weeks' time. I think we'll actually get I think the timing works out. We'll get a little bit of a badminton preview the next one. I think that's right. Because
We
2 weeks
could.
to badminton. Yeah,
That's
we'll
true.
do a little something for badminton. A little something. It's just kind of a small little event. So thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we will catch you on the next one. We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.